So one of the things I looked for when I opened up your projects first was that everything opened up and I didn't have to map your data. So remember, you need to go into Map Document Properties and store the relative pathways. And then start over. So I gave you some incomplete data that was gotten from LCOG, and I wanted you to digitize this section of bracken fern, and then this portion of snowberry, rock crest, this little portion of rock crest, and then fern crest. Several of you continued on, and that was fine, but certainly more than I needed. One of the problems that I ran into was, here is mine that are completed. Let's see if I make these roads a little bit bigger so you can see them. Let's make them green. Okay. I don't know if you can see those or not. But if I want to work with roads, then I have to have a road segment everywhere there's a possible turn. And so if I were to come to Fircrest, let's not make the parcels. I'm going to make this my only selectable layer. Okay. So if I go to Ferncrest, that's the only I should have 3 separate segments of Fircrest. That little piece of Snowberry, I should have these 3. So there's a couple ways you can do that. You can create one long road, and then in an editing session you can split the road, or you can stop and start your road and add your title. And so that was a major issue. I think 4 people got that part correct, but of the 8 that I've graded, but there was still a lot that did not have that. So because some people went ahead and digitized more, the only one I could really compare as far as length in feet would have been Fircrest, and some people didn't get this little segment here, so that would have made your road a little bit short. But generally, mostly I was looking for ability to kind of make the curve and the ability to intersect that. The houses, the main thing the houses needed to be was have square corners, so you needed to digitize with the rectangle tool. There were several, just the clarity of your image and your ability to see through that made a big difference in what people saw as far as a house size. So they were kind of all over the map, to a lot smaller than what I have and some a lot bigger than what I have. So I was mainly looking for rectangular houses. And then, so everything is in the geodatabase. I have a feature data set. The only thing that might not be there would be your table if you created a table of roads. So for some people, in order to get a table, so I have all of these sections of Snowberry and I have my shape length, you can summarize here, and then you can choose to sum on the shape length. Oh, where am I going to put this? Oh my gosh. There we go. And now when I open that, it should tell me how many segments. Must be something different about these two, that they're seen as separate segments here. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I bet I know what it was. It's probably probably the road type data isn't the same, and that could cause it not to add up. That's a mystery. These should have added all up together. Funny. Anyway, but that's basically in order to get the table, that's what you would need to do. And then as far as cartography goes, let's see. Now that I've messed up my image, I'm going to go back to my bookmark here. So I zoomed in enough for the area. I have the tables. I have my roads. I made a fake copy of the roads that's really thick. I think I had the houses in a nice little kind of orangey color there. And then I had the parcels on with a light green, but then with the transparency as well, so that you could see the aerial image through that there, the transparencies on there. So basically, I don't know if I will post this as well, but I've got the title, I have a summary table of my roads, legend for the new roads. Oh, look at that. There should have been a space there. And houses, and then the source and the legend, the information. I made two copies, and this roads, I put the label in the center of the road. So I'm going to zoom in to 100% here. And I made that green so you guys could see that. Let's see, cancel. And then I made no line on that. So it's just this new road is kind of the fake fat road, and then the roads with the name of the road on the line, so it's in the center. So something like that. I was mainly interested in kind of your technical aspects, all of the elements, the north arrow, the legend, the scale bar, and just something that is a little bit engaging as your final product.